This episode is brought to you by William Hill's Final One Standing. Can you outlast the AFTV crew? Step up or step out.
AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date. Your players will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal.
AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just before we get into it, don't forget Final One Standing, right? I'm still standing. Last week I went for Manchester City. If you fell last week or if you failed to enter, don't forget you can still enter. There's brand new leagues every week that take place. I'm still standing in the hunt for that £500,000. And this week, I'm going for the Arsenal. Arsenal up against Leeds at home. So I'm going for the Arsenal this week. But make your picks, get those picks in. Remember, they've got to be in before the weekend, before the first game on the weekend. And also, don't forget how it works. If your team wins, you're through to the next round. If your team loses or draw, you are out.
You lot are always in the comments saying that we don't know ball. Well, now it's your chance to prove it. We've partnered with William Hill to bring you Final One Standing. The rules are simple. Pick a Premier League team every week. Win, you stay in. Lose or draw, you're out. But you can only pick each team once. It's free to play. You need to have a William Hill app to play, so scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description below to get involved. 18 plus, UK only. Please gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions apply, and full terms are in the link below.
Don't worry if you get knocked out. There's new games with new jackpots every Premier League week.
Let's see who's the final one standing.
Right, if you are interested, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Terms and conditions apply. You've got to be over 18 and please gamble responsibly. People, yesterday was a quite extraordinary day. It really, really was. The day began with Arsenal having their open training session, which was really nice. I like when they do that, you know what I mean, giving the fans a chance to come and see the players train. And one thing that was spotted straight away, my daughter was there, she called me, she said, Dad, there's no Havertz here. Havertz is not training. Later on, it emerged that Kai Havertz was out with a knee injury that he suffered during the game against Manchester United. At this stage, we don't know how long he's going to be out. They've still got to assess it. But there's been rumours that he could be out for months. There's been rumours that it might be a short while. Nobody knows at the moment. But then you started to think to yourself, well, Arsenal doing this new deal with Trossard made perfect sense, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we're going to be lacking a forward player. But now that really makes us a little bit light up front. Yeah, Trossard's staying and everything, but we're going to be light up front. Then the big bombshell yesterday evening that Arsenal had made a decisive move for Eberechi Eze. The news broke and it was massive. First with it, and credit to him, David Ornstein of The Athletic. Let me read what he said last night. He says, exclusive, Arsenal make move for Eberechi Eze. And he says, and the 27-year-old wants them. That was the big one. Tottenham lined up a deal with Crystal Palace today and the player, but after the Havertz injury, Arsenal are now closing in on the England international. If he proceeds with choice, Spurs will pursue other targets. He went with it first big. Then later on, Fabrizio Romano followed it up saying, following talks tonight, Arsenal are convinced that Eberechi Eze prefers to join them over Tottenham. 60 million package offered to Palace with easier add-ons and faster payment terms to try and beat Spurs. Negotiations underway. So it was playing out big time, you know. And then this got really interesting when Fabrizio Romano then tweeted out, breaking, Eberechi Eze to Arsenal, here we go. The big words. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Crystal Palace to receive a package in excess of 60 million and Eze preferred Arsenal over Spurs. Arsenal win the race over Tottenham and have been in advanced talks for days, but never sealed. Wow. It was huge news. It was massive news. And Eberechi Eze is joining Arsenal Football Club. A lot of the talk is that he'll be having his medical on Friday. He could still play for Crystal Palace tonight. They've got a Conference League qualifier, and he looks set to play. It's a bit strange that they're still going to let him play in that, but he looks set to play in that game. And then after that, he will become an Arsenal player, Eberechi Eze. And I'll tell you, that news yesterday was amongst the... I mean, I just cannot, since I've been doing Transfer Daily, remember a hijack that even comes close to this, right? Since I've been doing Transfer Daily, of course, we all know the legendary Sol Campbell one. And it put me in mind of that. Like, I got vibes of that yesterday because I still remember when we got Sol Campbell and the shock of it and the disbelief when I saw Sol Campbell walking out with, Wenger. I couldn't believe it. But this one is like a Sol Campbell 2.0. All right, he doesn't play for Spurs. It's not like we're taking a captain or nothing. But Spurs thought that they had this deal wrapped up. And I thought they had it wrapped up. Everybody thought that Spurs had this deal wrapped up, apart from one person, who thought differently, and that is Andrea Berta. We've got to give this guy some serious credit. The way he has been operating this transfer window, it's been stealth and it's been brilliant. We have got ourselves a serious operator when it comes to transfer dealings. This guy could get a job at MI6. He could get a job at the CIA. I mean, the way he's moved and kept this so quiet, right? Because there are rumours, Miguel Delaney, the journalist, he claims that Arsenal have been in secret talks with Palace and Eze since the 10th of August. Now, everybody thought the deal was dead. Spurs were progressing, Spurs were messing around, and now they've lost the race to get Eze, and Eze has chosen to come to Arsenal, right? And as we know, Eze is a boyhood Arsenal fan. He was at Arsenal Football Club as a teenager. They let him go. He's famously said that he cried for a week when he got let go by Arsenal, but then he went on to play for Reading, for Millwall, for Queen's Park Rangers, and then to Crystal Palace. He's done it the hard way. That's what I love about this story. He's done it the hard way. He's not given up. He cried for a week, but he didn't continue crying. He got himself together, got himself back playing football, and now he's got himself back at the Arsenal. Unbelievable for him. What a story. They've even painted a mural of him in the tunnel at Arsenal already, right? And as you can imagine, Spurs fans in absolute meltdown. That's what makes it even sweeter, because I've had to listen to these lot all summer, right? Tottenham fans, champions of Europe. Well, if you're so big and such a massive club now in Europe, surely Eberechi Eze would have went to you lot. But he's decided to come to a big club, the Arsenal. It's sweet for Arsenal fans. It's absolutely brilliant. But taking all the rivalry and banter out of it, it's a great signing for Arsenal. It's a signing, I think, almost universally every Arsenal fan wanted. And we were all, upset. We may not, we were kind of holding it down a bit, but underneath we knew that him going to Spurs strengthens them a lot. And we were a bit annoyed about it. But we were just saying, I was resigned to the fact. I was like, yeah, he's going there. And even the other day I was thinking, boy, you know what? They're going to have a decent forward line. You know what I mean? Like Eze, Kudus, Kulusevski. Like, they're getting some good operators in there. But now Eze is coming to Arsenal. And I'm telling you, it is fantastic news. Well done to Andrea Berta. And I'm telling you, this transfer window is looking good. And Arsenal may not be done there. According to L'Equipe, they're claiming that Arsenal still may make a move for the talented left winger Malick Fofana, who plays for Lyon, Belgium. Was really, really had a good season last year. Is one of the most talked about young players in European football right now. Everton have previously put in a bid of around about £40 million, which was turned down. But Lyon are in need of selling players. They need to still recoup about £34 million in player sales because they have had financial problems at Lyon. Remember, they've had all kind of problems. We've nearly got thrown out of Europe and stuff like that. So it does look like Malick Fofana will go before the end of the transfer window. Could Arsenal make a move for him as well? Remember, still going to be a bit light if, you know, Havertz is out long term. It really does depend on how long he's going to be out for. And of course, there's still a lot of player sales to be done before the end of the transfer window. Miguel Delaney reporting today, actually, that Jakub Kiwior could join Crystal Palace in a separate deal, not tied to this deal with Eze, but in a separate deal. We know that Arsenal are looking for around about £30 million for Jakub Kiwior. But the big news today, and it's everywhere still, is that Eberechi Eze is joining Arsenal. Here we go, as Fabrizio Romano said. It's a massive coup for Arsenal. It's a massive coup for Andrea Berta. And it makes the fans feel really good as well. Absolutely massive news. I want to get your feelings on this in the comments. Please let me know in the comments below because, you know, it's such a big transfer. Yesterday I was saying, you know, if we don't sign, you know, someone, what would you give it out of 10? I'm kind of moved on from that. That's why I've not really gone through those. I kind of want to ask you this question now. Eberechi Eze, I want to know and get your feelings on this signing because for me, it's mega. Thanks for watching the show today, and I'll be back tomorrow.